You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High Softball, 12:40 a.m., 102.7 FM KBIZ, live video on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. Good evening once again, everybody. Jason Van Arkel with you from Houston Field. Annie Argo, the on-site video producer. Carl Davis, the radio producer, back at the KBIZ studios. We're just about ready for Game 2 between Ottumwa and Marshalltown after the Bulldogs won Game 1 in 6 innings, 10-0. Starting lineups for Game 2 for Marshalltown: Gianna Bound in center, Ava Augustine in right, Briley Danielson pitching, Emma Stupp at first, Kinsley Bowie catching, Lainey Danielson at short, Kennedy Feldman in left, Ava Kusarao at second, Kate Sandvik, the designated player, and the flex player is a third baseman, Claire Bohan. For Ottumwa, Jocelyn Ware at short, Sydney Rockhold pitching, Ella Aller at second, Jordan Paul's the designated player, Sam Weeks catching, Emma Strayer at third, Ella Thompson in right, Maddie Houck in center, Avery Frankie at left. The flex player is the first baseman, Hunter Caldwell. Sydney Rockhold in the circle for Ottumwa, making her 9th start. She is 5-2 with a 4.80 ERA, 42 1/3 innings pitched, 64 hits allowed, 38 runs, 29 earned. She's walked 22, hit a batter, struck out 8, opponents hitting .305 against her. The defense behind her: Avery Frankie in left, Maddie Houck in center, Ella Thompson in right, Emma Strayer at third, Jocelyn Ware at short, Ella Aller at second, Hunter Caldwell at first, and Sam Weeks behind the plate. Gianna Bound, the left-handed batting leadoff hitter for Marshalltown, 1 for 3 with an infield hit in Game 1.
Up to bat, Gianna Bound.
We're ready for Game 2. The first pitch from Sydney misses for ball 1. First pitch at 6:49 here at Houston Field. Left-handed batting Bound digs in. The 1-0. Downstairs 2-0. 85 degrees under sunny skies here in Ottumwa. Our game time conditions. Light northwest breeze at 7 miles an hour. The 2-0 on the outside corner for a called strike, 2-1. Two and one to Bound. The next offering from Rockhold. Outside 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Rockhold's pitch. On the outside corner, strike 2. Three and 2 to the leadoff hitter. The payoff pitch. Low ball 4. Second game in a row that Bound has started on base, this time a leadoff walk. And the batter, Ava Augustine, who struck out 3 times in Game 1. Ashlyn Sheets struck out 10 and only allowed 2 hits in the 6-inning win. Bound stole a base in Game 1. She's running here. Pitch is a strike. The throw into second. The tag and out at second is Gianna Bound as Sam Weeks guns her down for out number 1. Caught stealing 2-6. Pitch was a strike, I believe. Count is 0-1 to Augustine. Now 1 out and nobody on. That pitch swung on and missed, strike 2. That is just the second time that Bound has been caught stealing all year. She's now 13 for 15. The 0-2. Low and inside, not by much. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 to Augustine. 1 out, nobody on, top 1. The pitch, high and away, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rockhold has her sign. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three for out number two. First strikeout for Sydney Rockhold, brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. And the batter is the opposing pitcher, Briley Danielson. Danielson played third base in game one, was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a pop-up. Right-hander to right-hander, the pitch. High and away, ball one. One ball, no strikes. Danielson just out of 8th grade. And she fouls this back to the screen, 1-1. And Ottumwa won game one, 10-0 in 6 innings. Now, the last update we had from Ottumwa Baseball came right as we were going off the air for game one. Ottumwa Baseball at the end of 4 innings in their game one against Marshalltown led 11-3. But that update's about 25 minutes old. That pitch downstairs and the count 2-1 to Danielson. Two and one, and now Danielson out of the box for a moment, now back in. The pitch. Ground ball, foul, third base side, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Rockhold looking to get out of the first inning. Not quite 1-2-3, but close as that pitch bounces in there, 3-2. A leadoff walk, but then caught stealing, then a strikeout. Now 3-2 to Danielson with Emma Stupp on deck. The 3-2, ground ball foul, third base side will do it again. Three balls, 2 strikes to Briley Danielson. Sydney Rockhold has the sign. The 3-2. Line to center. Hauk over to her right, makes the catch, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, a walk, but nobody left after half an inning. The Bobcats nothing. The Bulldogs are coming up on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Bottom of the first inning. Marshalltown had a base runner quickly erased on a caught stealing in the top half, and now Ottumwa will get its first look at Briley Danielson as a pitcher. The defense behind her, Kennedy Feldman in left, Gianna Bound in center, Ava Augustine in right, Claire Bohan at third, Lainey Danielson at short, Ava Kusaro at second, Emma Stupp at first, and Kinsley Bowie behind the plate. Jocelyn Ware, Sydney Rockhold, Ella Aller, top 3 in the Bulldog order. Ware was 1 for 3 in game one, had a single, a bunt single, was hit by a pitch and scored 2 runs. It's kind of an odd game offensively for Ottumwa. They got 3 in the first, were set down in order the next 3 innings, then came alive with 3 in the 5th and then 4 in the 6th to wrap up the 10-0 win in 6 innings.
Up to bat for your Bulldogs, Jocelyn Ware.
So Ware will lead off the bottom of the first here in game 2. First pitch from Danielson. Inside corner strike, 0-1. The 0-1 to Ware. High, 1 ball, 1 strike. Danielson, 23 walks in only 16 in the 3rd innings pitch, so Patience is a virtue here. The 1-1. That's called a strike on the inside corner, 1-2. Actually, I haven't run down her full stats yet. Here's the 1-2. Way high, all the way to the backstop, 2-2. This is Danielson's 7th appearance, her 3rd start. ERA of 12.43, 16 and a third innings pitched, 27 hits allowed, 36 runs, 29 earned, 23 walks, 3 hit batters, 11 strikeouts. Opponents have hit .342 against her. The 2-2 to Ware. Fouled back, might have chased a high one, still 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Fly ball down the line in left. Feldman over and makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Sydney Rockhold. Sydney was 1 for 4 in game 1, had 3 runs batted in, a 2-run single, and also a grounder that drove in a run where she also reached on an error. She was the DP in game 1, now pitching here in game 2. First pitch she sees is in the dirt, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The next offering. That's driven to left, and that'll get down for a base hit. So Rockhold with a 1-out single. No doubt we'll see a courtesy runner for her. Coach Mandy Baum already walking down to the home plate umpire to put Kendra Cole in as the courtesy runner. And the batter is Ella Aller.
Kendra Cole.
Aller was 1 for 3 in game 1. Had a sacrifice fly for an RBI single, also scored a run. Cole, the runner at first, hasn't been used to steal much, just 2 for 2 in stolen base tries. But if Aller were to split a gap here, Cole would stand an excellent chance of coming all the way around from first. First pitch to Ella, and that's driven in the air to right, but drifting back with it is Augustine, and she'll make the catch for out number 2. 2 down for Jordan Pauls, the designated player for Ottumwa here in game 2. Pauls was 2 for 3, 2 singles and a walk, drove in a run. And Ottumwa won game 1, 10-0 in 6 innings. First pitch, high, ball 1. One and 0 the count, the next offering. Way high, Aller running, 2-0. The throw to second, not in time. Got into center, but quickly backed up by Augustine. So Ella Aller with the stolen base. That's her 7th of the season. Hitters count for Pauls, 2-0. Update from John Hart Stadium. Bulldog baseball going to the 7th inning in game 1 against Marshalltown. The baseball team leads 11-3. Pitch up high to Pauls, 3-0. Sam Weeks on deck. Pauls way ahead at 3-0. The pitch from Danielson. Low ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Jordan. First and second, 2 down for Weeks. Sam in game 1 hit the ball hard 3 times, was 0 for 3, did reach on an error. First and second, 2 away, no score, bottom 1. Pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Cole at second, Pauls at first. The 1-0 to Weeks. Ground ball slowly first base side over to her left, knocking it down and unable to make the play. Ball is but now behind the bag at first as the second baseman Kusaro could not make the play. 3 tries at that spinning ball in the dirt after she knocked it down, but Weeks will reach on the error. And the bases will be loaded for Emma Strayer. We should get a courtesy runner for Weeks, the catcher.
Running for the Bulldogs catcher.
And that'll be Cammie Pauls.
Up to the plate.
So
Emma
Cammie
Strayer.
Pauls at first, Jordan Pauls at second, Kendra Cole at third, and the batter is Emma Strayer. Strayer 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored in game one. Bases loaded, 2 out, bottom first, no score, but Ottumwa threatening. Danielson's first pitch. Way outside, ball one. No place to put Strayer, a Bulldog at every base. Just after 7 o'clock on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM, KBIZ, Ottumwa. Now the 1-0 to Strayer. In their first strike, 1-1. Not a bad idea in that situation. You have a pitcher who's been wild this year. You're ahead 1-0. You can take a strike, make her throw you one. Now the 1-1. There's a ground ball to short, sharply hit, but fielded by Lainey Danielson. Throw to first in time, and the inning is over. Ottumwa threatens but does not score. 1 hit, 1 error, 3 left. We go to the second inning in a scoreless ball game on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Birthdays, ladies' night out, bachelor or bachelorette party, sports team, no matter what your special event or sport, at Graphics Masters, we can make you stand out. We offer custom apparel, t-shirts, sweatshirts, koozies, and more. We even make custom signage for your event. It's all here under one roof. We even offer auto detailing as well. Like Graphics Masters on Facebook to see some of our quality work, or stop into the shop located on Albee Road across from the BP. Graphics Masters, we print your words.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Top of the second inning. No score between Ottumwa and Marshalltown. Game 2 of our softball doubleheader tonight on KBIZ and on the live video stream. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Bobcats. Emma Stupp, Kinsley Bowie, Lainey Danielson. Stupp was a DP in game 1, 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. She's playing first base in game 2.
Up to bat, Emma Stupp.
Sydney Rockhold allowed a walk and had a strikeout in the first inning. And that pitch is outside to Stupp, ball 1. One and 0 to Stupp, powerfully built right-handed batter. And she fouls that one back, 1-1. Stupp has 3 home runs on the year. That's why she's hitting cleanup. And just out of 8th grade, there are several players just out of 8th grade on this Marshalltown roster as they try to retool with the new coaching staff. The 1-1. Fouled back again, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Rockhold's pitch, way high, 2-2. Bowie and Lainey Danielson to follow. The 2-2 from Sydney. Fouled back, just did get a piece, and Stupp stays alive. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rockhold has the sign, the pitch. Off speed, bounced in there, 3-2. Kinsley Bowie on deck. Now the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's out number 1. Second strikeout for Rockhold. Brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. Kinsley Bowie, the batter. Lined out and popped out 0 for 2 in game 1. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Liner caught just above the top of the dirt by Hunter Caldwell, the first baseman, for out number 2. Had to bring up Lainey Danielson, the shortstop.
Up to the plate, Lainey Danielson.
Danielson in game 1, a line out and a pop out 0 for 2. First pitch bounced in there, ball 1. The 1-0 on the outside corner for a called strike. 1-1 to Lainey Danielson. 2 out, nobody on, top of the second, no score here in game 2. The 1-1. Fouled off to the right over the first base dugout, 1-2. Rockhold trying for her first true 1-2-3 inning. She only faced 3 batters in the first. Bound walked, but then was caught stealing. That was followed by a strikeout and a flyout. Now the 1-2 to Danielson. Outside, 2-2. Final score from John Hart Stadium: Ottumwa 11, Marshalltown 4. Bulldog baseball takes game 1. Here at softball, the 2-2 pitch, high and away, 3-2. Kennedy Feldman on deck of the inning continues. Three balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. High ball 4. Second walk issued by Rockhold. And the batter is Kennedy Feldman.
Up to bat, Kennedy Feldman.
Feldman walked and struck out in game 1, so 0 for 1. That was the only walk that Ashlyn Sheets issued to go with those 10 strikeouts. First pitch to Feldman. In there for a strike, 0-1. Lainey Danielson has not attempted a stolen base this year. She stands at first after drawing the 2-out walk. Now the 0-1 to Feldman. Downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Rockhold gets the sign. And the right-hander's 1-1. Pop foul to the right over the screen, 1-2. No score. Bulldogs left the bases loaded in the first inning. Marshalltown with a 1-out runner or 2-out runner in the second. That pitch lined into right. Coming on is Thompson, and she makes a running catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a runner left. To the bottom of the second we go. Bulldogs and Bobcats scoreless on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced, professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
To the bottom of the second inning we go. Ottumwa and Marshalltown scoreless. Game 2 of our softball doubleheader on KBIZ and on the live video stream. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Dogs here in the second inning. Ella Thompson, Maddie Houck, Avery Frankie. Game 1 went to Ottumwa 10-0 in 6 innings. And over at John Hart Stadium, lead to Memorial Field. The baseball doubleheader between Ottumwa and Marshalltown. Game 1 went to the Bulldogs 11-4. Riley Danielson allowed a hit and a walk, but got Emma Strayer to ground out with the bases loaded to end the first inning. Now Ella Thompson will stand in. Thompson was 0 for 1 with a walk and a sacrifice bunt. Scored a run in Game 1.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs, Ella Thompson.
First pitch from Danielson to Thompson. He's in there for a strike, 0-1. All right. As we did in Game 1, we're going to continue with your Ottumwa softball trivia. This came out of the trivia contest that was part of the 50 years of Ottumwa softball celebration. The 0-1 to Ella. Way high, 1 ball, 1 strike. So let's take this question for our Game 2 trivia. And again, we'll have the answer in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We'll give you an inning to think about it. The 1-1. Way high, 2-1. Which Ottumwa softball assistant coach was honored one year as the state of Iowa's Assistant Softball Coach of the Year? Here's the 2-1. Bounced in there, 3-1. Again, which Ottumwa assistant softball coach earned the award for the state's Assistant Coach of the Year? And you get 4 options. Was it Kevin Berneman, Teresa Bradley, Matt Mishler, or Julie Whitey? Which Ottumwa assistant coach earned the state's Assistant Coach of the Year? That pitch fouled back by Thompson, 3-2. So we'll give you the answer to that in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 3-2 to Thompson, leading off the bottom of the 2nd inning. Bulldogs in Marshalltown scoreless. Ella digs back in. 3-2 from Danielson. Popped it up left side, foul territory, and the catcher, Bowie, unable to make the play, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Thompson gets an extra life. Still 3-2 to Ella Thompson. Should be 1 out in the inning, but let's see if Ottumwa can take advantage. The pitch, line into center field, and that's down for a base hit, so Thompson takes full advantage of the new life, and the Bulldogs have their 2nd hit. That brings up Maddie Hauk. Maddie was 1 for 2 with a single, a hit by pitch, and scored twice in Game 1. Maddie showing bunt, pulled the bat back, and took a pitch upstairs, ball 1. The 3rd baseman, Claire Bohan, creeping in. Now the 1-0. High, 2-0. Thompson has 3 steals on the year, if Ottumwa wants to go that route. Hitters count for Hauk, 2-0. The pitch, high and in, 3-0. Avery Frankie on deck. Bottom of the order trying to apply some pressure here. Bottom of the order got the rallies going in both the 5th and 6th innings in Game 1. Maddie taking all the way. That pitch on the inside corner for a strike from Briley Danielson. 3-1 to the Bulldogs center fielder. Maddie digs back in. The 3-1. In the dirt, hitter in the foot, ball 4. That'll go in the book as a hit by pitch. Would have been ball 4 anyway. 2 on, nobody out. Here's Avery Frankie. Frankie was a flex player in Game 1. Didn't have an at-bat. Did appear as a runner. At the plate this season, Avery hitting .122 with 6 batted in. First pitch. Showed bunt, pitch was in the dirt, but a good stop by Bowie, ball 1. Frankie trying to bunt the runners into scoring position ahead of the top of the order. The 1-0. Low and away, 2-0. Time called by Marshalltown. And they want to make some kind of a change here. Or perhaps, no, just a visit to the circle. I thought for a moment Emma Stupp, the first baseman, she walked off the diamond. No, they're going to bring her into pitch. So Stupp, who finished Game 1 in the circle, is on the pitch at the Marshalltown call to the bullpen here in the second inning. We'll take 30 seconds and tell you about it on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
High-speed internet is here, powered by a 100% fiber optic network. Citizens Mutual provides reliable, fiber-to-the-home, high-speed internet to rural Iowa.
My children and my grandchildren, when they come here, they didn't like to come visit very much because they couldn't get on their devices. Well, now they love it because they can have chats with their friends. People don't realize how isolated sometimes people are out in the rural areas. So, yeah, it's awesome.
Visit findmyfiber.mycmtech.com.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
So for the second game in a row, Emma Stupp is on in relief. She came on in the bottom of the sixth inning in Game 1, did not retire a batter, faced 4 batters, and with the game-ending run at third, the bases were loaded, she was facing her 5th batter through a wild pitch that ended the game. So without recording an out, she allowed 2 runs, 1 earned on 1 hit, 1 walk, no strikeouts, and threw 13 pitches. On the season, this will be her 8th appearance. She came into the doubleheader with an ERA of an even 7. And she comes in with a 2-0 count to Avery Frankie, 2 on, nobody out, no score here in the bottom of the second inning. So Briley Danielson departs. Also, the flex player, Bella Avis, has come in to play first base. Or pardon me, the designated player has come in. The flex player is Bohan, who plays third and is still over there. So I guess Briley Danielson would now be the DP. And Frankie has a 2-0 count, but now facing a different pitcher. Again, showing bunt. Pulled the bat back. The pitch was inside, 3-0. Three balls, no strikes to Frankie. And the pitch. Came inside and hit her in the shoulder. Second straight batter has been hit when the count was already at 3-0. So the bases are loaded with nobody out on the single by Thompson, then the back-to-back hit batters, and now here's Jocelyn Ware, flew out to left her first time up. Ware got hit by a pitch by Stupp in the 6th inning in Game 1. So Briley Danielson, an inning plus 2 batters. Responsible for the runners at second and third. And that pitch in the dirt, Ware has to skip out of the way, ball 1. Danielson gave up 2 hits. Walked 1, didn't strike out anybody through 32 pitches. One and 0 to Ware. The next offering from Stupp. Inside, 2-0. No place to put Jocelyn. A dog at every base. Ella Thompson at third. Maddie Houck at second. Avery Frankie at first. You've got your whole outfield out there. Good speed all the way around. Well, Ware could split a gap. She'd drive in 3. The 2-0. Downstairs, 3-0. And now no margin for error for Emma Stupp. Three balls, no strikes. The pitch, inside, ball 4, 4-pitch walk, and Ottumwa leads 1-0. Ware with the RBI, the easy way. That's her 6th of the year. Thompson scores. Hauk to third, Frankie to second, and here is Rockhold, who singled her first time up. And now another change for Jason Bowers, Marshalltown head coach. So he's moving Ava Augustine to left. He's brought in Kristen Hayes in right. Kennedy Feldman has come out of the game, or at least has gone to the dugout here. So an outfield shuffle here for Marshalltown. So again, Kristen Hayes comes in to play right. Ava Augustine moves to left. I imagine Hayes is batting in the number 7 spot where Feldman was. And now Rockhold, a soft blooper to center. That's down for a base hit. That'll score a run. And it's 2-0. Sydney Rockhold with an RBI single. Hauk scores. Frankie to third. Ware to second. Kendra Cole, I imagine, will run again for Rockhold as she did in the first inning. And indeed she will.
Now batting for your Bulldogs, Ella Aller.
Here's Ella Aller, who flew out to right her first time up. Base is still loaded, nobody out. Pitch in the dirt, gets away from Bowie. Down the line is Frankie. She will score. Runners advance to second and third. 3-0 on the wild pitch. Ware to third. Cole to second. Aller with a 1-0 count. The next offering. Line to right, but foul, twisting into the Marshalltown bullpen where there is action. And that might actually be Feldman, who was just taken out of the game in left field. That might be Feldman warming up. She has pitched earlier this year. That is Feldman warming up in the Marshalltown bullpen. 1-1 to Aller. Stupp's next offering. Downstairs, 2-1. Thompson singled. Hauk was hit by a pitch. Marshalltown changed pitchers with Frankie at the plate. Frankie hit by a pitch. Ware an RBI walk. Rockhold an RBI single. Now 2-1 to Aller after a wild pitch scored the third run. That pitch outside to Ella, 3-1. Jordan Paul's on deck. Stupp brings home the 3-1. Way outside ball 4. The pitch gets away. Coming home is Ware. Slides in safely. Down to third goes Cole. It's 4-0. Another run on a wild pitch. Runners on the corners now as Aller drew the walk. And here's Jordan Pauls, who walked her first time up. Stupp still looking to retire a batter for the first time tonight after not retiring a batter in her appearance in Game 1. That wasn't totally her fault. She got a ground ball to second that was booted for an error in that game. Runner from first goes. Pitch is a strike. It was dropped, so no chance to throw at Ella at second. She steals the base. Second and third now for Pauls with an 0-1 count. For Aller, that's her 7th steal of the year. Strike at the knees to Pauls, 0-2. Second and third, still nobody out here. In the bottom of the second inning, 4 runs home for Ottumwa. The pitch in the dirt. That one gets to the backstop. It ricochets back, coming home. The slide safe is Cole. Boy, almost a great play by the catcher, Kinsley Bowie. That ball ricocheted off the backstop, came back towards the plate. Bowie picked it up, made a diving attempt at a tag on Cole, who was almost, it wouldn't have been her fault. That's a wild pitch. You go home, but that bounce almost cost Ottumwa. But Cole gets home, and it's 5-0, and that's 3 straight runs that have scored on a wild pitch. All are down to third. Count is 1-2 on Pauls. Still with the chance to drive in 1 run here. And now Stups 1-2. Fly ball to right, shallow over towards the line. That's going to drop in for a bloop single. Diving attempt by Kristen Hayes, but couldn't get to it. The run scores. Jordan does get the RBI. It's 6-0. And the batter, Sam Weeks, who reached on an error her first time up. For Pauls, that's RBI number 17 on the season. Righty to lefty now, Stup to Weeks. Low and away, ball 1. Still nobody out in the inning, 6 runs home for OHS. Stups 1-0. Outside 2-0. Again, tough spot for Emma Stup, just out of 8th grade, facing a team in the top 15 in Class 5A. She's got good velocity on her pitches, and she's only going to get better as her career goes along, but scuffling right now. She does hit the outside corner here to Weeks, and it's 2-1. Ottumwa left the bases loaded in the first inning. No such issues here in the second. 6 runs home, runner at first, still nobody out. The 2-1. That's a strike at the letters 2-2. As Stup has hit the outside corner on back-to-back pitches. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. Low and away, good stop by Bowie. 3-2 with Emma Strayer on deck. Full count to Weeks, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and now time called is, looks like Bowie, the catcher, has an equipment issue. She's gone back over to the dugout. Either an equipment issue or maybe she's got a cut on her arm. She has spent a lot of time in this inning trying to stop pitches in the dirt. Made a diving attempt on a tag play, and I think maybe the umpire noticed some blood on her arm. They've got to get that cleaned up. Weeks at the plate with the 3-2 count. Paul's the runner at first. 6 runs home here in the bottom of the second. Weeks is the 8th batter of the inning. Yep, there was a scratch on the elbow, the left elbow of Bowie that was bleeding. That's taken care of. 3-2 to Weeks. Runner at first, nobody out, 6 runs home, bottom of the second for Ottumwa. The 3-2 pitch. Pop foul back over the screen. Look out behind us in the bleachers. Still 3-2. There have been 3 hits in the inning. 2 hit batters, 2 walks. Again, the 3-2. High and away, ball 4. First and second, nobody out for Emma Strayer, the 9th batter of the inning.
Running for the Bulldogs catcher,
Cammie Pauls will again run for Weeks. So you've got Cammie Pauls at first, Jordan Pauls at second, and Strayer at the plate. Strayer grounded to short in the first inning. First pitch from Stup, showed bunt, pulled the bat back. It was in the dirt, ball 1. They'll appeal, and no attempt at a bunt, says the base umpire. Corner infielders in, middle infielders creeping in a bit. Now the 1-0. Bunted in the air, right side foul, caught by the catcher Bowie, and there is out number 1. That'll bring up Ella Thompson, who started this inning with a single to center, one pitch after a pop out that would have made out number 1 was dropped for a foul ball. First and second, one down, the pitch. In the dirt, Ella hops out of the way, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to the Bulldog right fielder. The pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. One and one to Thompson. 2 on, 1 out. The pitch, swing and a miss, 1-2. Thompson stands back in, down to the count, 1-2. The pitch, inside, 2-2. Feldman continues to throw in the Marshalltown bullpen. 6-0 Ottumwa, 2 on, 1 out, bottom 2. The 2-2 pitch, down and in, 3-2. Maddie Hauk on deck. Three balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch to Ella. Way outside ball 4, it gets away, but the runners will simply move up the base they're given on the walk. So Jordan Pauls to third, Cammie Pauls to second. And here's Maddie Hauk hit by a pitch and scored earlier this inning. That is the 4th walk issued by Stupp in the inning. She came on in relief this inning for Briley Danielson. First pitch. Pop up over the circle. That's going to be caught in front of second base by the second baseman Kusaro for out number 2. And with the bases loaded and 2 down, the inning up to Avery Frankie, hit by a pitch and scored earlier this inning. First pitch, line into left base hit. 1 run is in. Around third is Cammie Pauls. She's on her way home. 2-run single, Avery Frankie. It's 8-0. How about that from the number 9 hitter? And Avery now has 8 RBI on the season. Jordan and Cammie Pauls both score. Ella Thompson stopped at second. That's going to be all for Stupp in the circle. It's another call to the bullpen. We'll take 30 seconds and tell you about the new pitcher after this on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier. Together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
The third Marshalltown pitcher of the inning is Kennedy Feldman, who began the inning in left field, came out of the game to warm up, and now has come back in to pitch. This will be your 3rd appearance for the sophomore. 2 1/3 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 8 runs, 7 earned, 7 walks, no strikeouts. Opponents hitting .300 against her, the ERA 21. First and second, 2 out, top of the order. Jocelyn Ware batting for the second time here in the second inning. Walked and scored earlier this frame. It was a bases loaded walk, so she also got an RBI. 8-0 Ottumwa, first and second, 2 down in the pitch. Bounced in there, ball 1. So it's 8-0, you got 2 on. There are 2 out. If Ottumwa were to score 4 more in this inning or more, then all you need to do is get 3 outs in the top of the third, and this game's over. Pitch way high, 2-0. If Ottumwa doesn't get to 12 runs or more in the second inning, we know we'll see at least the bottom of the third. Ware takes a strike, and it's 2-1. So Stupp has gone back over to first base. The pitch is lined to left, but foul into the Ottumwa bullpen, 2-2. And I imagine that puts Bella Avis back at DP. She had come in to play first while Stupp was in the circle. Now Feldman in the circle, 2-2 to Ware. The pitch, inside on an off-speed pitch, 3-2. Sydney Rockhold on deck of the inning continues. Ella Thompson at second, Avery Frankie at first. 3-2, 2 out. Runners will move. The payoff. Ground ball to short through the legs of the shortstop Danielson. Thompson around third on her way home. She will score. It is 9-0. That's the first error of the inning committed by Marshalltown. No RBI on the play. That'll be an unearned run. Frankie stopped at second. Here's Rockhold, who has 2 singles so far. First pitch, high and inside, ball 1. Nothing Ottumwa, all 9 in the second inning. Ground ball to third, fielded by Bohan. She steps on the bag, and the inning is over on the fielder's choice. But Ottumwa scores 9 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. There was 1 error and 2 left on base. We go to the third inning. Ottumwa up 9-0 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Birthdays, ladies' night out, bachelor or bachelorette party, sports team, no matter what your special event or sport, at Graphics Masters, we can make you stand out. We offer custom apparel, t-shirts, sweatshirts, koozies, and more. We even make custom signage for your event. It's all here under one roof. We even offer auto detailing as well. Like Graphics Masters on Facebook to see some of our quality work, or stop into the shop located on Albee Road across from the BP. Graphics Masters, we print your words.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Top of the third inning, Ottumwa in control. Game 2 of the doubleheader against Marshalltown here at Houston Field. Bulldogs with a 9-0 lead. Sydney Rockhold has allowed just 2 walks in 2 innings. She struck out 2. And she'll face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Marshalltown, beginning with the second baseman, Ava Kusaro, then Bella Avis and Gianna Bound at the top of the order. Kusaro did not play in Game 1. The sophomore is 2 for 8 on the season with a couple of walks. Right-handed batter with an open stance, no batting gloves. First pitch from Sydney. Ground ball to short. Ware has it. Throw to first. In time, 1 down. 1 pitch, 1 out. Bella Avis, the batter. She appeared as a pinch runner in Game 1. Did not bat. According to the stat sheet, this is her first at-bat of the season, and she takes a called strike, 0-1, just out of 8th grade. She scored 3 runs, been used as a runner this year, but now getting a chance to bat. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the third, Ottumwa leading 9-0. The 0-1. Downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Remember, we're going to have the answer to our trivia question in the bottom of the third. I was starting to think maybe we wouldn't even have a bottom of the third the way that second inning was going. Again, one more time, a reminder of the trivia question. If you're reaching the depths of your brain to figure out the answer, pitch outside, 2-1. Which Ottumwa assistant coach was once named the state's assistant coach of the year? Kevin Berneman, Teresa Bradley, Matt Mishler, or Julie Whitey? The 2-1. Ground ball to short. Ware has the short hop. Throw to first and 2 down. Top of the order, Gianna Bound walked to start the game but was then caught stealing.
Up to the plate, Gianna Bond.
2 out, nobody on as Rockhold again seeks her first 1-2-3 innings. She's issued a walk in each of the first 2 innings. First pitch, downstairs, ball 1. One and 0 to the left-handed batting center fielder. The pitch, swing and a miss. Count evens at a ball and a strike. 1-1 to Bound. Rockhold's pitch. Chopper over the circle. It'll sneak into center for a 2-out single, and Marshalltown has its first hit of game 2. That'll bring up Ava Augustine, who struck out her first time up. Augustine has batted 4 times in this doubleheader and has struck out all 4 times.
Up to bat, Ava Augustine.
First pitch, way high, ball 1. Bound stole a base after getting an infield hit in the first inning of game 1. I thought she was going to be thrown out, but then the ball wasn't handled cleanly at second. She was thrown out trying to steal in the first inning of this game. Here's the 1-0. Outside 2-0. Don't know if Marshalltown's going to be so aggressive down 9-0. At this point, Marshalltown's probably thinking of trying to find ways to scratch across any runs they can to try to stave off the end of the game on the run rule. Again, it's almost up 9 in the top of the 3rd. That pitch in there for a strike, 2-1. If Marshalltown doesn't score in this inning, the Bulldogs would need 3 in the bottom of the 3rd to end it. Any runs Marshalltown can scratch across would increase their likelihood of playing deeper into the night. The 2-1. Low, 3-1. Briley Danielson, Briley Danielson on deck. Honestly, I have no idea what position Danielson is playing right now. Pitch downstairs, it's throw down to second, not in time. It was ball 4 anyway. Runner was going, but on ball 4,
Up to bat, Briley
not a stolen base, it's just a walk. So first and second for Danielson, who flew out to center her first time up. First pitch, outside, ball 1. One and 0 the count. And that pitch skied in the air to center. Houck going back, but has room, makes the catch. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left to go to the bottom of the 3rd. 3 runs would end it. Ottumwa leading 9-0 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, Ottumwa 9, Marshalltown 0. Aller, Pauls, and Weeks due up as Ottumwa tries to put this game to bed early. 3 runs would do it. It's 12 runs after 3 or 4 in softball, 10 runs after 5. Kennedy Feldman came on to get the final out of the second inning when Ottumwa got all 9 of its runs. Feldman would have been out of it without allowing any inherited runners to score, but an error put the 9th run on the board before she got Rockhold to bounce into a fielder's choice. Aller's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. First pitch, bounced in there, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The pitch. Chopper foul, third base side, 1-1. Ella digs back in. Here's the 1-1. Lined in a center, and that is a diving attempt by Bound, but she couldn't come up with it. And all around second, racing for third. And she will slide in with what I think should be a leadoff triple. You can't call that an error. Bound had to make a diving attempt to try to backhand that sinking liner. Ticked off the end of her glove, and then she was a little bit slow to get up after the impact. The right fielder was playing way over towards the line, took her a while to get there, and all the way to third. Going to go with a triple on that, and here's Jordan Pauls pitching the dirt, ball 1.
Up to the plate, Jordan Pauls.
That pitch up high, 2-0. Okay, I think I've figured out where everybody is. I was trying to figure out what position Danielson was playing. Briley Danielson is still the BP. When Bella Avis there's a ground ball to short, that'll get the run home. Throw to first by Danielson in time for out number 1. Scoring is Aller. It's 10-0. Second RBI of the game for Jordan Pauls. Base is empty, 1 down for Sam Weeks. So when Marshalltown made the first pitching change and Emma Stupp went in to pitch from first base, Avis was a DP and came in to play first. First pitch to Weeks is up and away, ball 1. When they made another pitching change in the inning and Feldman came in, Stupp went back to first. Avis went out to right field. Now the pitch high to Weeks, 2-0. So Bella Avis is playing right, and that means that Briley Danielson is still the DP. The 2-0. That's a strike in the outside corner, 2-1. Ottumwa wants to make that not matter. They want to get 2 more runs here in this third inning and put the game to bed. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. Slow roller first base side over to field. It is Feldman. She'll flip to Stupp at first for out number 2. If Ottumwa's going to get 2 more runs and end this game in this inning, they'll have to do it from 2 out and nobody on. Emma Strayer, the batter. She's grounded out and fouled out 0 for 2. Strayer digs in. First pitch, bounced in there, ball 1. Aller tripled. Paul's an RBI ground out. Weeks grounded out. Now the 1-0. Swing and a miss. At a pitch that dipped out of sight, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ottumwa won game 1, 10-0 in 6 innings. They lead 10-0 here in the bottom of the third, 2 out, nobody on. The 1-1. Lined into left, and it's right at Augustine who makes the catch to retire the side. Ottumwa gets a run on a hit. They leave none. We go to the 4th. Bulldogs ahead 10-0 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Top of the fourth inning, Ottumwa 10, Marshalltown nothing. Game 2 of our softball doubleheader. We said we'd have the trivia answer at the bottom of the third, and then the bottom of the third went so quickly we didn't get to it. So one more time, that trivia question. Which Bulldog assistant softball coach was once named the state's assistant coach of the year? Well, that was Matt Mishler. That's one of the questions that I like because that was one that happened during these years I've been doing Ottumwa High softball. I remember Matt well. Matt was a great guy, great assistant coach for Frank Houston in the final portion of his great coaching career, and a well-deserved award as assistant coach of the year for Matt Mishler a few years ago. First pitch at the top of the fourth is downstairs to Emma Stupp for ball one. Stupp struck out her first time up. Rockholds 1-0, high and away 2-0. Bulldogs up 10-0, so if Rockhold can keep the Bobcats off the board in the top of the fourth, 2 runs in the bottom of the fourth would end it. Now the 2-0. Low 3-0. Rockhold has allowed 1 hit. She's walked 3 and struck out 2 through the first 3 innings. Now the 3-0. In their first strike, 3-1. Stupp digs back in. Rockhold's 3-1. Ground ball left side, fielded by Ware. Long throw across is high, but Caldwell keeps her foot on the bag, and that's out number 1. Benefit of having a tall first baseman. 1 down for Kinsley Bowie, who lined out to first her first time up.
Up to bat, Kinsley Bowie.
Rockholder's retired the leadoff hitter in the inning 3 out of 4 innings now. That's always a good stat. Pitch downstairs to Bowie, ball 1. The 1-0 in there for a strike, 1-1 to Bowie. Update from John Hart Stadium. Game 2 is underway between Ottumwa and Marshalltown in baseball. After an inning, Marshalltown leads game 2 1-0. Bulldog baseball won game 1 11-4. That pitch bounced in there from Rockhold, and she falls behind Bowie 2-1. Two balls and a strike. The next pitch. Downstairs, 3-1. Lady Danielson, the shortstop, on deck. 3-1 to Bowie. The pitch. In there for a strike, 3-2. Count full to the number 5 hitter in the order, Kinsley Bowie. 1 out, nobody on, top 4, Ottumwa leading 10-0. The 3-2, low ball 4. Rockhold has walked 1 in every inning now. So far it hasn't hurt her. 1 on, 1 out for Lainey Danielson. But before she bats, we'll get a courtesy runner for the catcher, Bowie. And that will be Abby Jansen, who's just out of 8th grade.
Up to the plate, Lainey Danielson.
So Danielson up. She walked her first time up in this game. One on, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. First pitch from Sydney. Upstairs, ball 1. Sydney's 1-0 pitch. Ground ball back to the circle, throw to second for 1, relay to first. In time, a 1-6-3 double play, and Rockhold gets herself out of the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Bulldogs lead 10-0 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Bottom of the fourth inning, game 2 of our softball doubleheader. Ottumwa 10, Marshalltown nothing. If Ottumwa scores 2 runs in this inning, the game ends. If Ottumwa does not score 2, but puts together a scoreless top of the 5th, the game would end on the 10-run rule after 5. Let's take a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule. So tomorrow we're back in the capital city. We've got Ottumwa baseball at Hoover. That'll be a 5 o'clock start for that doubleheader. Hoover, the only Des Moines public school that has lights for its baseball field. Then on Saturday, we've got Ottumwa baseball at the tournament at Luther College in Decorah. We'll play Decorah and South Winneshiek. It's be an early start, 10 in the morning. By the way, Bulldogs softball also plays Hoover tomorrow, and Bulldogs softball has a tournament on Saturday in Oskaloosa with a long break between games. They'll play Sadell at 9:15 in the morning, and then Van Meter at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Up to the plate, Ella Thompson.
So we'll have baseball Thursday and Saturday, and then we start pretty big run of softball as Ella Thompson fouls it off to the right 0-1. Thompson has singled and walked. She scored twice. Next week, we've got the big softball doubleheader at Lincoln on Monday. That could very well determine the Iowa Alliance South Division Conference champ for this first year. There's a sharp ground ball through the whole left side base hit. Thompson 2 for 2 with a walk. And that'll bring Maddie Houck to the plate 0 for 1. She's been hit by a pitch and scored a run. Next Wednesday, we've got the long road trip for baseball to Mason City. Thursday, the 22nd, we have softball here at Houston Field against Des Moines Roosevelt in the doubleheader. And then a week from Friday, we have the annual trip to the Cedar Rapids Jefferson tournament for softball. Now, that will be no live video, because Jefferson has a rather archaic policy about that. We'll be able to record the game and play the video afterwards, but the live broadcast will be radio only on June 23rd. And then we're all softball the week after that, with East Burlington on the road, North at home, and then the Ottumwa Classic, June 30th and July 1st. Got a pinch hitter here for Maddie Houck. Kason Thompson will bat. Thompson on the year hitting .333. She's driven in 7. And a line drive knocked down by the shortstop Anderson. The throw to second out of the glove of the second baseman. And everybody's safe as Kusaro couldn't handle that high throw. Kason won't get a hit for that, but she hit the ball right on the nose. A sinking line drive.
Coming back in to run, Maddie Houck.
And now Maddie Houck
Aaron Ward
will come back in her batting spot and run for Thompson. So Thompson reaches on the fielder's choice, and Kason Thompson does. Ella Thompson safe at second on what we'll call a throwing error, though you could maybe give the error to the second baseman because the throw was actually in her glove even though it was high. Now, another pinch hitter for Ottumwa, as Aaron Ward will bat for Avery Frankie. Ward hitting .375 with a home run and 4 driven in. There's a ground ball sharply foul, third base side, 1-1. Sophomore Aaron Ward. Pinch hitting for Frankie in the number 9 spot. The game-ending runs are on base with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. A swing and a miss by Ward makes the count 1-2. Ella Thompson at second, Maddie Houck at first. Ward has home run power. We saw that earlier this season. Here's the 1-2. Way high all the way to the backstop, and that'll move the game-ending runs into scoring position. Second and third on the wild pitch. 2-2 to Ward. A base hit now could end this game. Jocelyn Ware on deck if that does not happen. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. 10-0 Bulldogs. The pitch. High, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. The payoff. Early swing and a ball hit hard but well foul off to the left over the third base dugout, over the equipment shed. I wonder if that didn't one-hop the Marshalltown bus out in the parking lot. Still 3-2 to Aaron Ward. Feldman's pitch. Way high, ball 4. They're loaded with nobody out. And the batter, Jocelyn Ware, 0 for 2, has had an RBI walk and scored a run, has also reached on an error. And we will re-enter Avery Frankie to run for Ward.
Jocelyn Ware.
So Ware will stand in with a chance to end it. Bases loaded, nobody out, 10-0 Dogs, bottom 4. Just after 8 o'clock on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM, KBIZ Ottumwa. We ran down the broadcast schedule for the next 2 weeks, and after the Ottumwa Classic, we're into July, and there's only 2 regular season broadcasts left. Pitch inside, ball 1, no place to put Ware. A dog at every base. The 1-0. Fly ball, shallow left center. That's a blooper that's going to drop for a base hit. Runners had to hold to make sure it wouldn't be caught. Now everybody advances a base. It's 11-0. Ware with an RBI single. And we'll get at least one more batter tonight. Ella Thompson scores. That's an unearned run. Houck to third, Frankie to second. Houck's the only run that matters here. And here's Sidney Rockhold. 2 singles and RBI. Pitch upstairs, ball 1. Ashlyn Sheets was at the plate trying to wrap up her win in game 1. A wild pitch actually ended that one. And that pitch hits Rockhold, and that's how this ball game ends. Bases loaded, hit by pitch, drives in the 12th run, and Ottumwa wins at 12-0 in 4 innings. So the Bulldogs get the sweep. We'll take 2 minutes, come back and wrap it up on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hey, it's Sam here, your Lisco sales rep. Summertime weather is just around the corner, so you know the drill. Construction is in full swing, and we have limited time to get your order on the list for this year. As you're prioritizing your goals for 2022, let's make you the priority. We can chat details about what would make your home or business data connection the most successful. To add or update your services, call me, Samantha Knoll, for your Lisco sales and account management. 641-209-5400, 209-5400, or visit us at lisco.com.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Hey, nice job clearing the clog.
Thanks.
You know anybody who could repair the water damage in my basement?
Roto-Rooter does that.
Do you guys fix water heaters?
Roto-Rooter does that.
How about a leaky faucet?
We do that.
Disposal repair?
We do that.
I've got to run a few errands, but if you could finish up those pies, that'd be great. Thanks.
and away go troubles down the drain.
Pies. Okay.
You're watching live coverage of the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
And welcome back one final time tonight to Houston Field, where your Ottumwa softball team earns a sweep over Marshalltown. They won game one 10-0 in 6 innings, and they win the nightcap 12-0 in 4 innings. For the Bulldogs, 12 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 8 left on base. Sydney Rockhold, the winning pitcher, allowed just 1 hit. She's now 6-2. For Marshalltown, no runs, 1 hit, 3 errors, 3 left on base. Briley Danielson takes the loss. The ball game took 1 hour, and I'm trying to do math here, 1 hour and 15 minutes to complete. Ottumwa improves to 13-5. Marshalltown falls to 5-14. Our next broadcast of Ottumwa High Athletics comes up tomorrow night. The Bulldog baseball team in action on the air as they play at Des Moines Hoover. Softball will be at Hoover as well, but we'll have baseball tomorrow night. First pitch at 5 o'clock for the doubleheader. Pregame at 4:45 on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ, and on the live video stream on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. I want to thank all our sponsors one more time: Meridian Credit Union, Bridge City Realty, Graphics Masters, Sonic Drive-In, William Penn University, Mercy One Ottumwa, Roto-Rooter, Family First Chiropractic, Citizens Mutual, Mike's Pizza, Community First Credit Union, and Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance. A big thank you to Bulldog head coach Mandy Baum for helping us prepare for the broadcast tonight, and a big thank you to both of my producers, Annie Argo, the on-site video producer, and Carl Davis, the radio producer, back at the KBIZ studios. Finally, I'd like to thank you, the fans, for tuning in tonight, because without your support of these broadcasts and of Ottumwa High Athletics, none of this would be possible. So thank you for tuning in to Bulldog Softball on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ, and on the live video stream on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. My name's Jason Van Arkel. I'll talk to you tomorrow night when the Bulldog baseball team plays at Des Moines Hoover. Until then, good night, everybody.